Hello and welcome to everyone's favorite investigatory album cover site, Heavenly Album Covers. And this time we're going to cover a handful of albums by a loosely formed group called the High Hopes. They were formed and were created out of a high school in Anaheim, California, probably in the late 1970s, and that place was called Hope High School. And this loosely formulated group was inspired by this fellow on drums. He also sang. His name is Paul Kuhn, and he said something to one of his teachers, and that inspired the teacher to get things going and to organize this group, which is still in existence, I believe. And this is one of the early versions of the High Hopes, and I think that explains it. There's lots of information on the World Wide Web about this group and their albums, so let's just get to the album covers. And here we have one of the early versions of the High Hopes, and I'll just zoom in right there. Here's a young lady with a auto harp. Looks like there's a older woman playing the electric piano. This girl down here could not make the photo shoot, so they inserted her photo down here. That's Mickey Davis. She sang on the album. Now, these individuals, and even up to this day, they are disabled, little abled, unabled, and at times they're mislabeled. They have some trouble in life, and so this group was organized to prove that the disabled could function and play music just like everyone else. This young lady is playing I'm not sure what it is. It's some sort of keyboard thing. And this guy on the end is playing a marimba. This dude here has an acoustic guitar. And there's Paul Kuhn down there. I think he's still alive and playing with the group. And as far as I can tell, the group is still in existence. So that's their early album called Play and Sing with the High Hopes. It's also called Play Along and Sing Along with the High Hopes. And I'm not sure what this... Whoops, I dropped the records. I'm not sure what this red tape is all about. It was on the record when I found it. It looks like this is some sort of early promo album or something that someone gave away. There's actually nothing written on the back cover, and so it's it seems like it's a different kind of release that came out, but this cover image is just amazing. It really captures the spirit of the group. Now let's do a second album here by the High Hopes. It's called Ability. It's called Ability, and it was recorded live, probably at Hope School in Anaheim. And the cover is a collage of different things that the school does. They take care of the lawn. They have various activities, and it's a very simple album cover. There's not much on the back. There's another picture of the group down here. We'll focus in on that. A lot of liner notes here. And these albums were all released on generic record manufacturing labels. So here we have another version of the High Hopes. They look like they're having fun. And I don't know how close I can focus in without getting blurry, but there they are. And that's the High Hopes album called Ability. Next up is a High Hopes album called To You with Joy. And it came out in 1978. It's a hand-drawn album cover. Looks like somebody took a Sharpie and just made a free-form cover. And in each of those little star shapes, there's a High Hopes group member. Here's a woman and a gentleman here. They're all placed in very attractive star shapes. And there's Paul Kuhn up in the corner. He was the drummer and inspiration for the group. And there's some more of the performers. Now, the back is more interesting than most album covers. It's got a lot going on. There's pictures of the group, of the Glee Club, teachers. And so there we have their album, High Hopes, To You with Joy. And finally, the last album that we'll be looking at looks like it's just called High Hopes. It's in the shrink wrap, so it's a little bit wobbly. And this is kind of a generic image here, probably provided by the record manufacturing company. The lettering up here is very optical, very psychedelic up here, and it states that this album was performed at the Hope School in Anaheim. It was manufactured by Educational Activities Incorporated out of Freeport, New York. And let's flip this over. Looks like they do pop standards on this album. King of the Road, La Cucaracha, Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head, and the Sammy Davis Jr. song, Candyman. And here's a picture of the group through some shrink wrap. And this album came with a little brochure, a lyrical brochure with the same imagery on it there. It's a little activity book. And there's little technical notes about how the album was recorded. This was released in 1973, pretty early. And there's various lyrics. There's various indications and instructions on how to listen to the album. And along with that, there's a little promotional photo of the High Hopes that came with the album. I'll just hold it up. And there's the group. And there's more little notes on the back. And so that's the wonderful High Hopes out of Anaheim, California.